All doing? I'm going live again. I'm happy. I'm loving it. I really, really am. I missed going live quite a bit, and I really enjoyed myself last week. And I'm going to do it a lot more regularly, delivering as much value as I can to actors all around the world. Yes. Say hello if you are on. There's loads coming on. Let's have a look. Say hello. I'd love to hear from you. Start off with a good old morning. That's if it is morning for you, of course. Right. So I'm going to have a quick look at. Oops, something went wrong. Reloading the page. Good. Right. Okay. So I am live across Insta. I am live across Facebook, Facebook groups. I'm live across LinkedIn, Twitter. So wherever you are, give me a morning. Morning, Stephen Brailsford. How are you? Do me a favor, if you have the facility, if you would also just press share across your network. Let's try and help out. Let's try and create as much of a buzz around the value that I'm trying to put out this morning. So if you have the facility, just press the forward button and let's speak to as many actors as possible. Right, so I'm going to be talking about agents, how to get one, the truth about agents. That really, there's a lot that people don't understand. Also, there's a lot changed in 2023. Okay, so there's an awful lot to go through. So stick around. You're going to learn something, and you are going to, you're going to learn an awful lot. You really are. Right, let's have a look. We've had some good mornings. Jody J, how are you? Tully's on. Mark, how are you? Kimmy Robinson. Tully, good morning. We've got Stephen Brailsford out on LinkedIn who's saying good morning. He's getting ready to go and entertain 4-year-olds. He's one of the country's best entertainers. He really, really is. Okay, I've made a beeline to go and see him before in my life. When over in Scarborough, fantastic. You're doing well. I'm doing well as well, Jody. Good morning. Zeus Boothby. What a great name. I've probably pronounced it wrong. All right. Morning, says Frederick. How are you, mate? I hope you're well. Again, if you've got the facility to just press share or forward, share this to your network as well. That'd be really helpful. Let me know if you've done that, you legends. So let's get into some of this value that I'm here to offer. Okay, so agencies are very, very much misunderstood. So what happens is actors go and get trained, or they maybe come out of doing some supporting artist work and maybe progress slightly, and they effectively think, right, here's the route I'm going to go. I'm going to get some training and carry on training, which you should. Some people think once you've done your training, once you've got an agent, that's it. No, it isn't. Carry on training. All right. Things change all the time in this industry. But what happens is that golden goose is getting an agent. And then what happens is people get their first agent and they're just happy to have an agent. So they then act as if they're an established actor and then just sit back and wait for the phone to ring. Now, here's the crux of it. There's different types of agencies. And now I'm going to go through the different types of agencies and how it all works. Okay. So when you get an agent, everybody seems to think that or imagine that their agent is very much like what I would call the top 6 agencies. There's probably a top 8 agencies probably now, but the top 6 agents, things like United Artists and all these huge agencies that basically have all of the best actors. So the best actors are established actors, and they can literally sit and wait by the phone. And it doesn't usually take very long for that phone to ring because they're with one of the biggest agents. They are one of the best actors, and therefore they can sit by the phone and wait for it to ring. Okay? That's great. That's the stage that all actors want to get to. In fact, our agency supports emerging talent, and all that we really want is to actually pass our actors over to one of those big agents, and we've done it multiple times. Okay, where we've kind of gone where they've rang up sheepishly, "Oh, I'm now represented by this agency in London, huge agency, one of the big six," and I kind of go, "Fantastic! That's what we are aiming for." All right, because I know that once they get with one of those big six agencies, they are going to be working. Why do those big six agencies? Well, they're the big. They have all the best actors. So when it comes to Star Wars or all of these particular projects that all actors want, the actual huge franchises and all of this will ring these agencies direct and have huge phone conversations. Why? Because they have all the best actors, right? Now, let me tell you something. When you get your first agent, unless you are very, very, and I mean like you've won the lottery, your first agent will not be one of those big six agencies. The majority of agencies aren't. Okay? That's just, I'm afraid, how it works. So, what is the level below that? The level below that is the really kind of like submission engine type agencies. Some call it boutique agencies. Some call it. It's the level below that, and we are this level. Okay, we just work incredibly hard on creating amazing marketing packages and doing regular submissions on a daily basis, matching people off with roles. Okay, submission engine. We do it every day. I'm in a privileged position because I do speak to casting directors because I've been in this industry so long. I mean, and we get breakdowns. So maybe we do sometimes. We have a bit of we're slightly ahead of some organizations, but we really are lucky in that respect. But we're not one of the big six. And a lot of the submissions that we get and other organizations underneath the big six, it literally says no phone calls. So you hear ridiculous things like, "I want my agent to get me in the room." Like, listen, when you say that to a big six agent, they will do that. They will literally ring and go, "I've got an actor, he's new to my books, but you as an actor will have huge value. So it's easy to get you in the room." For agencies underneath the big six, it's a case of limited phone calls. And it's really a case of, this is the absolute truth, it's literally a case of you producing the most amazing, and I mean amazing, marketing package. That's down to you with help or with guidance. All right. But then it's up to then the agent to be a very, very good submission engine where literally every single day on it, submitting. Okay. And with a combination of those two things, you will get roles and you will start to emerge and get more value. And your aim is to get with one of the big six, big eight agencies. And that is the truth, the absolute truth. And this is from an agent. That's the absolute truth about how it works. Now, comments. Did you know that? Or did you just assume that all agencies were the same and therefore all agencies within this country and abroad are very much the same in America? Did you just think that all agencies just worked the same? Every agent was like, "Right, I'm going to plan this meeting and we're going to do this with the Star Wars franchise." Did you realize that? Let me know. Get on the comments, okay? Let's see what we've got so far. So Jim says, "Just finished drama school. What should I do about work if I don't secure an agent while working a job?" Great question. Okay, so what happens is you now are out in the wilderness. All right, so many people finish drama school. What your particular aim should be is realizing that You have to create an acting business now. You've learned to be an actor. You've got a product, Jim, but now that product needs marketing. Okay? There's been so many rivals and better phones than the iPhone, Jim. All right? But what do iPhone and Apple do better? They market it better. Okay? Jim, you're probably a good actor. But have you learnt whilst at drama school how to market yourself? This is the one thing I think that lets drama schools down in 2023. So that's your aim now. And you can do that through self-submission. You can do that through creating a marketing brand on social media, create a personal brand. You can go out and you can really market yourself or get some real value. And then you need to get an agent. Okay? Now, you need to get credits, you need to get some value, you need to get some work. I don't know your story, but you need to get out there and get some credits. You need to self-submit. If you email me or DM me, I can send you a list of 21 different locations where you can self-submit. So get in touch. And that's what you need to do first. Prove you can do the job, get a marketing package together, get on Spotlight, and a boutique type agency will probably pick you up. Okay, I run a training organization and we represent our clients. So if you wanted to join an organization like mine, a training organization, we represent our clients instantly. You have a very, very good agent instantly from joining us. So that's my suggestions for you. Do some agents get you to audition before offering to put you on their books? Usually, if they're auditioning you, Emmanuel, it's because they don't have as much proof as they need, like a show reel or something like that. And as well as that, auditioning for books, really, they've not done their homework if they haven't to audition yet. And so for me, that wouldn't be an agent that would be higher up in the kind of scale of agencies. It would be somebody on the lower end who potentially may be looking at smaller roles, commercial roles and stuff like that. Probably just testing if you are an actor or not. Okay. Kim admitted she just assumed they all work the same. No, not at all. Are some agencies better than others at sourcing and offering more roles? Yes, absolutely. This is what I'm saying, Kate. It's the big 6, big 8 agencies. They are boxed off. They have all the best actors. They constantly get all the best actors, right? They get established actors. If you're not an established actor, you're not going to get with them yet. You've got to use boutique type agencies like ours. You've got to then emerge with credits by breaking through by a good submission engine type agency. And that's what we are. That's what anybody below the kind of big 6, big 8 agencies actually are. This is the truth. Okay. And so what happens is, as I've just mentioned, is people get the first agent and expect the same thing from a submission engine type agent as they would from a big 6, big 8 agent. And I'll just repeat, if you had one of those agents, you can just sit by the phone because it will ring quite often. All right. But the point is actually when you are an emerging talent, you're going to get one of the level of agencies below that. And therefore, they're going to be what I call a submission engine type agency, which are just submitting on breakdowns and jobs every single day. And the only way that you're going to emerge and support that is by working daily on self-submitting, building up your credits alongside the types of opportunities that you're going to get from a boutique type agency. But as well as that, you've got to constantly update and improve your marketing package. That's how it actually works. And that's how you're going to do it. Jim says, thank you, mate. Let's have a look. Fortunate at York College, we have a professional development and we have learned self-marketing, but it's hard to retain sometimes. Thanks so much, Matt. That's brilliant. And I've been striving for that for absolutely years. You know, I think it's the most ridiculous thing that in some departments where literally they're teaching people to make artwork, but not sell it. You know, they're teaching people to act and become an acting product, and they're not teaching actors to sell it. And then it falls to people like me to teach people, you know, when really, if you're paying all that money to build this product, this acting product, you should also be taught to sell it. I really, really believe in that. So that's the truth about how agencies work. How to get one? Yes, usual thing. Make sure you've got the right type of agency. Apply for the big six, particularly if you've got a very definitive characteristics about you, very definitive ethnicity, maybe very definitive look, etc. You may get on the books of one of the big six agents because they have to have a big spread of different types of people, different types of actors. So you may fall lucky, but chances are your first agent will be below that and will be a submission engine type agent, and you apply. There's also another type of agent, which is like mine, where it's attached to a training organization. Now, I'll be honest, if you've not got an agent, literally you'll hear it said all around, and that is that you should constantly be training. Always, you should be training. There's just no getting away with it. Okay. So what I would say is if you haven't got an agent, feel free to join Matt Zena Acting, and automatically you will have an agent, and we help you emerge. And we don't just train people in acting, we train people in business, marketing, the whole shebang. I've never used that word before. I like it. All right, so join us. In fact, you can have a free trial just for watching this. So DM me, email me on matt@mzacting.com. Check out the website mzacting.com, and we will help. We will be your first agent, no problem whatsoever. We will help you get on that ladder, even if you've been acting a while and effectively you are unsure of how to progress and how to emerge as an actor and become an established actor. That's what we specialize in. We take people who have never acted before, not had much traction, not done very well, and we take them from emerging and we take them to establish. That's our absolute modus operandi. That's what we do. We want, this is what shocks people. We genuinely want to take people through our process and through our agency, and we want to be passing them along to one of the big six agents. We want to do that. And this is shocking to some people. Okay? But that's what we want. All right? Because then we've done our job, and we've done this time and time and time again with some amazing actors. All right? Right. So I've got about 2-3 minutes. So anybody that's stuck around, you've done incredibly well, and I'm going to reward you by answering any questions you may have. All right, it can be personal to you, and I will help. Okay, make sure you go for that free trial acting class, or make sure you DM me with any questions. But why not ask them now? Why not get on, ask a question so that I can help you, and in helping you, I can help others. All right, I'm just going to wait around for a bit, waiting for the first question. Who's got a question for me? It can be personal to you. It can be so I can help you with your career. Let's go through some of the comments whilst you formulate a question. Jim, thanks so much for coming on and putting forward all that info. Jake says, great advice, Matt. Top bloke. See you tonight. Love it. Thanks for that, Jake. Means a lot. Great information, Matt. Thank you. Cheers, Tully. Mark says, as always, on point. That's really, really kind of you. Thank you. Okay, get a question to me, guys. Come on. Don't be shy. You'll be name checked. And I will do my absolute best to help. Stephen says, cheers, Matt. Agents, you must have a good working relationship, have trust and confidence in their abilities. Most of the work you get is self-sourced. Lovely, very impressive, says Augustine. Thank you. Jake says, just to ask, mate, is there something I can do to get my speech more clear? This comes up an awful lot. People get obsessed with certain things, and voice can be an incredibly tough thing. The problem is when you put too much thought on a certain aspect of yourself, you then go out of the ability to be able to be instinctive and impulsive in your performance. Your performance becomes less truthful, right? So if you're inside a performance thinking about your voice, you will struggle to be aware enough outside of yourself to be instinctive, impulsive, and truthful in your performance. Does that make sense? So you've got to be really, really careful. Now, Jake, what I would say about you is you just need to knock that on the head. Speech, no problem, perfectly fine. You are fine. Now, if you're doing an accent or something like that, you can change your voice, but you need to work on it so much it then becomes something you don't have to think about. Because whilst you're thinking about something like your voice, you're not being impulsive and instinctive. So if you do want to make changes to your voice, practice it before the scene, the read, whatever it is, so it's impulsive and instinctive. This is why accents are worked on so much so that they are instinctive and impulsive when you do them, and therefore you can be aware outside of yourself and still maintain a really, really real and truthful performance. All right, Jake, I hope that helped. Alicia says, do I need to get some new headshots if I have blonde put in my hair? 100%. The rules are with headshots is every 6 months, regardless, or if you make a change to your appearance. That's the rule. Okay, write that down. Keep it crystal. That's the rule, Alicia. Great question. Stephen says, what key elements do you need in your marketing package? Your marketing package is made up of lots of different things that people don't realize. Your marketing package is social media, becoming a personal brand. This, okay? So I'm marketing now. I'm on here. I'm becoming a personal brand. I'm becoming, or not becoming. I've been that for years, but I'm showing that I am a authority on a certain subject. You've got to show that you're an authority on acting. You're an actor. You've got to get on social media. So that's one key element of modern marketing. Another thing is obviously your online platforms. Your spotlight needs to be spot on. Your social media, your PR, things like reaching out, your emailing casting directors, stuff like that. It all becomes part of your marketing package. But the first thing you need to do is come up with a marketing plan. All right. And you know what? I'll do some content on that this week. All right. Let's have a look. Sam says, why do I always mess up with my brows while performing in front of camera? Is that common? Mess up with my brows? Brows? As in this? Again, what I'd say, Sam, is I think you're talking about something that you know that you do, right? Totally naturally whilst you're performing. What I would say is just be really, really, unless a director tells you not to do something, but be really, really careful of taking out too much naturalism. Naturalism's fine, you know. You see so many actors. Tom Hardy's a big one. Loads of naturalisms, all right, because he knows that makes that performance look as truthful as it can possibly look. All right. So be careful not to take out too many naturalisms. Sometimes a director might just find it, you know, they don't like it. So you've just got to be smart and just try and stop yourself from doing it for that shot. But a lot of times it just looks so natural that won't be a problem. All right. I hope that helps. Okay, I didn't quite get it, but I hope that kind of helps. Mess up with my brows. And children, I'd love to know what that means. All right. Mess up with my, is that lines? Is it lines? Okay. If it's lines, come back on and let me know, Sam, because that's an interesting one. Is it why do I mess up with my brows, or is it messing up with my lines? Maybe come back on and let me know, because this, I think this could. I'm going to answer it anyway as if it was lines, messing up with lines. Okay, you've put a heart. Is it messing up with lines? Ah, eyebrows. It is eyebrows. Right. Okay. Just in case it was messing up with lines, just make sure that for a self tape, you know the gist. You tell yourself you're just going to get from beginning to end and play the scene, be improvisational. Don't obsess over words. Okay, there we go. Right. I hope everybody enjoyed that. Couple of reminders. Free trial class on me. By the way, from wherever you are in the country, wherever you are in the world, we have a class for you. Genuinely, whether it's online, Zoom, whether it's my academy on a Saturday morning, whether it's Northern classes, whether it's London classes, I have literally a class for you, and you can have a free trial on me just for watching this. Finally, Tully says, I went to a part-time acting school for a little less than 2 years, had a gap during 2 years. Can I still get on Spotlight after I've been with MZA for the past half year? Get in touch, Tully. We are a Spotlight accredited, approved acting school, all right, which we're very proud of. It's taken a lot of years for us to get that kind of approval, accreditation. Get in touch direct, and I will send you proof of your association with Matzena Acting, and we will see about that Spotlight application. Okay, guys, much love, everyone. Have an amazing day, and I will speak to you all incredibly soon. Remember, free trial acting class, DM me. Let's go.